Welcome back to the third tutorial of the ScanIT Training video series. In this video, we'll be covering how a geologist can effectively and efficiently geologically log a borehole using ScanIT. As we all know, with geological logging, it is important to be present at the core sample to correctly identify the various lithologies. Similarly, I think we can all acknowledge that with a well-understood geology in specific environments and commodities, that remote geological logging may be possible using ScanIT and the undistorted core tray photographs it uses. So, let's jump in. ScanIT has the ability to log both primary and secondary lithologies along with your mineralogical zones. Similar to planar features, lithologies and zones can both be created inside ScanIT by clicking Feature from the tab and New Feature from the drop-down. Here, we click the plane button again and select either primary or secondary lithologies, completing the feature information accordingly and selecting the unique logging parameters pertaining to each lithology. Let's quickly create a primary and secondary lithology inside ScanIT. We start by selecting primary lithology from the drop-down menu. Complete lithological name and description. Select a keyboard shortcut key if required. Below this, we can see the checkbox. If this is selected, ScanIT will automatically generate a secondary lithology with the same feature information selected. We can then choose our unique color for the unit and then select the various parameters pertaining to this specific lithological unit. We can then click Save once you're ready. For the Excel method of lithological feature creation, the process is similar to how we created planar and linear features. Locate and open the exported file, scroll across the tabs to Lithological Dictionary. The only difference would be the names of the sheets we complete or create. In this case, we would call them Lithological Database and Lithological Dictionary. If you missed this step, please go back to our Logging Planar Features tutorial to find out exactly how this is done. Now that we have our lithological features created, let's start geologically logging our unorientated borehole. You can see that our borehole has already been depth referenced and critical structural features have already been recorded. Although our example here, structural features have already been logged, structural and geological logging can be completed simultaneously while we depth reference each run. Across the various scopes of work required for each phase of logging, here we can save significant time over the core logging process. Using the scroll feature of your mouse, let's zoom into the core. This close-up view may assist us in identifying our various lithologies. With primary lithological logging, we would need to note the top contact of each lithological unit. This depth location would obviously be the end of the prior lithological unit. Here we can see the start of a shale lithological unit. We select shale by clicking Feature, Select Feature, and then by clicking Shale. 3 clicks along the trace of the ellipse and ScanIT captures the lithological unit's alpha angle and depth location. We can then customize this lithological contact to include some specific feature information by clicking the edit pencil found in the top right of the feature info bubble. From the drop-down, we can then locate and select Texture, locate and select Lenticular. Following this, we can select Contact, and then choose Graduational or Transitional. And finally, select Minor Rock, and then select Lenses. We can then save this information into the feature's contact by clicking the Save icon at the top right of the info bubble. We then scanned through the rest of the borehole, and here we can see the top of the contact of a coal seam. Select coal seam from your lithological database and log the contact. Continue throughout the rest of the borehole to locate and log the top contact of your primary lithological units. Here we can identify the top contact of a silty shale lithology. Select this from your lithological database and trace the ellipse to capture the contact. As we did previously, we can also include some specific feature information on this lithology using our drop-down logging parameters. Once we have completed logging the core trays in view, we can click the down arrow, which will display the following trays in the borehole. Here we can identify a smaller, minor or secondary lithological unit, identified as minor shale. Secondary lithological units and zones are logged slightly differently inside ScanIT, as we will have to log both the top and bottom contacts of the unit. This will not change the primary lithology in the log, but rather add or include the secondary unit in the lithological log when exported. We continue to scan through the rest of the borehole and log any primary and secondary lithological units. ScanIT also generates a full geological log inside the program. We can view this log at any time by clicking BH Data from the top tab and then Geological Log from the drop-down. The ScanIT Geological Log displays the from and to depths alongside each primary and secondary lithological unit logged, with the corresponding unit color represented along the left-hand side of the log. This geological log can also be exported into an Excel spreadsheet where you could locate a print-friendly geological log document pertaining to your borehole. This can be generated by clicking BH Data and Export from the drop-down menu. Select Geological Log and click Export. Select a save location and click Save. Opening this file, we can view our exported geological and lithological logs in a print-ready format making it quick and easy for you to attach to your reports. We will be covering ScanIT's export file in more detail in future training videos. Please join us in our next video where we will be viewing the various projections that ScanIT generates and how it can help you in understanding your valuable data.